Hello, in this brief presentation and demo, we're going to take a look at ChangeGear Service Smart Technology and what it means to your business. So Service Smart Technology continuously learns from all of your historical tickets, knowledge, user interactions to provide real-time intelligent suggestions for your staff and your end users. So we're using the power of artificial intelligence and machine learning, and we're taking your knowledge, we're applying some industry standard algorithm plus our own proprietary formulas, to do some serious number crunching to get your history and your knowledge base in a model that we're going to be using, and we're going to be learning continuously, and we're going to providing features to help your staff and your end users, with real guidance, automations, predictive analytics, and chatbot, along other things. So throughout the support lifecycle, ChangeGear, we're going to add valuable new functionality at each stage. Throughout a combination of key enhancement to existing ChangeGear functionality and new features using the power of machine learning, you will reduce ticket volume, speed time to resolution, and you're also going to be able to track user sentiment to see how your team is performing. So throughout all the life cycle, from your end users to your management, we're going to provide you with these features, intelligent features, that takes advantage of that Service Smart Technology to help your staff, to help your users with suggestions and better and insights to provide better or faster resolution. So given that, I am going to switch here for a second, and we're going to go see a live demonstration of ChangeGear. So there's a couple of features that we have implemented across your users, and for your end users we have our Willow or our chatbot. And Willow, it's an ability or it's a feature that allows your users to kind of interact with the system just using natural language processing, natural language, I'm sorry, and just like they use in commercial technologies like Siri and Alexa, right? So Willow is our chatbot, and Willow has a personality, and Willow can answer any question. You just type. And Willow is going to return an answer based on a database of questions and answers that we provide. Now you can extend these questions and answers with content relevant to your organization or any other thing regarding your environment. Now, I just typed something here, so Willow came for something, as I said. Willow can answer anything that it finds in that database. If not, it's going to return an answer that it cannot answer that, but it's going to provide you, insights on knowledge-based articles, tickets, announcements, things within your environment. So I'm going to say, hey, how's the weather? Am I going to get a response? But I can just type, like how to install a printer and get hits from the knowledge base, for example. Hey, how to install a printer? How do I do this? Notice that there's 3 matches for the article. I can go to those. I can open any of them, follow the instructions, try to resolve that issue, even with videos, provide feedback. But if that doesn't help, I can just at any point in time click on that question mark, and Hello can also search the web. So I can take that last entry and go out to the web and find information on how to install a printer. Or if I want, I can just say, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and submit a request. And I'm going to take that interaction from all the chatbot, and it's going to be created within the ticket. So now your technicians, when they receive the ticket, they're going to have all that conversation between Willow and your end user. So this is another way of providing, a more lively interaction, with your end user. You're going to be seeing this more and more. Now you go to websites and, Verizon and commercial website, and you're going to have, you want to chat to somebody. Now, the great thing about it is nobody, on the other side, this is all using our Service Smart technology. All right, we have implemented another useful functionality for end users. When end users submit tickets, we're gonna provide notifications. We want to send out notifications to those users. But these are not just simple notification. This feature we call Smart Responder, because Smart Responder, what it's going to do is going to look at the ticket that is being opened up. It's going to look for similar items, and it's going to provide insights on completion time and also insights from the knowledge base on how to solve that issue. So in this case, the user submitted a ticket saying that he needs to install a printer. Now, based on similar items, your estimated completion time is about a day. Notice that there's no time, it's just a relative day. You can also include the SLA if you would like to. But content regarding that ticket or that request is being pushed back to the user. So the user most likely is going to be inclined to click on those knowledge-based articles and try to solve their issue, try to, in that case, install a printer, right? Now, as opposed to just sending a notification without any content, the user is not going to do anything, right? So we're going to providing or pushing that knowledge back to the users when they submit tickets, inclining and promoting self-service. It's all about knowledge-based dissemination, throughout your users. So that's all from the end user side. I'm going to close out of here. I'm going to log out from end user and I'm going to log in as a technician. And as I mentioned, ChangeGear is going to start, it's going to be, or this Service Smart technology, it's already working. It's always working for your end users, right? And we have implemented a couple functionality for your staff to help them be more efficient, to help them searching or search across the system for similar items. We're going to provide insights, on those requests that are coming in. One of those features is what we call field recommenders. And field recommenders is going to take a look at the information in the ticket and it's going to provide categorization recommendations and field recommendations. And notice how I have incident type, an owner, and assigned to, right? So if I start typing, Willow is going to go now find those recommendations for me, and it's going to fill out those fields, right? And what it's doing is looking at the history of the history of tickets in your database, and it's going to provide suggestions based on previous items. Notice that there's confidence levels on those, and the highest confidence level is going to assign to you. Basically, you're doing automatic routing and automatic assignment to the best person that is going to be or the most appropriate person to work on that item. So things that we look for are, who's the person who's closed the most amount of tickets similar to this one, who has the least amount of workload. We can even look into your Outlook or Exchange through our Exchange integration to find out if that user is out of the office. If it's out of the office, we're not going to consider that user, to be assigned to that ticket. So it's doing some triage. It's going to provide in some recommendations. Now, this is great. Some of our early adopters have given us a lot of feedback regarding these features that helps onboarding new employees. As if I'm opening tickets on behalf of users, I don't have to worry about who those tickets are going to be assigned to, who those tickets are going to be categorized, as we're going to use the information in the system. Now, the other great feature for your staff is the suggestion center. So notice I already typed that ticket information and I get recommendations. Now the suggestion center will actually look out for knowledge-based articles that can help me solve that issue, and also other similar items and their resolutions, so I can quickly see other tickets and what the other technicians did to solve those issues. I want you to notice that there's this confidence level across any suggestion, and we're going to use that confidence level. So Willow or the Service Smart Technology is telling you, hey, there's a high confidence that there's previous items that were closed using these knowledge-based articles, these incidents. Now, no matter if it's a knowledge base or an incident, you can actually open that knowledge base in this case and take actions. So what are those actions? View knowledge base article, or I can resolve this ticket with that knowledge base. And what it's going to do is going to move this item to the process to the pending close states relating that knowledge base article. So I know that that ticket was closed with the help of that knowledge base. Now notice also there's interactions as well. So I can provide Willow feedback telling him, hey, this article is great, or this is not been great, so those numbers may change. That confidence level is going to grow and increase or decrease it depending on those user interaction. Now, if you're looking at incidents, it's the same thing. You got the incident resolution plus actions. So now you can look at a ticket, you can copy the resolution if you want to just paste it and do some other work, or you can resolve that item with. It's all about looking for information, look at similar items and providing your staff users with quick insights, helping them be more efficient. Imagine the time they're going to spend looking for similar items or looking for this information. Now I'm going to navigate here to my new incidents view, and I'm going to show you a couple of things here. Now, as I mentioned, ChangeGear is already working for me, right? And one of the things that we're going to help you or going to help you with is with image recognition. So imagine that you get items with, you get tickets with images attached, and we can actually look at those images, and we can actually look at the images, and within the suggestion center, we can also provide other tickets would have similar images and what we need to resolve those. So in this case, we're having an issue connecting a router. We can look at the image. We found another item in the database which has a similar image attached. And now I look at the summary. I can look at the resolution. Well, they did a hard reboot of the router and set up the configuration to the default. And that, I can actually use that within my ticket. So not only I can, give you similarities, I can also look at the images and provide image recognition across all tickets. This is great if you have user, screenshots and images attached to your tickets. We're gonna find those similarities. And again, this is the power of the AI and the machine and the number crunching capabilities of the artificial intelligence to look at all that information and provide you quick resolutions. Now, you will notice in this same view we have this sentiment. So ChangeGear allows you to capture or is going to help you analyze the sentiment of the users depending on the resolutions. But before I talk about sentiment, I want to show you another feature that we call Smart Voice. A Smart Voice is great, and a Smart Voice is going to help you, manage your voicemail messages. And this is great when you have phone support that you maybe have your technicians, receive phone calls to, open tickets on behalf of users and help tickets with or help users with tickets. Now, what happens if your staff are busy or they're not there over the weekend? You may get messages left in the voicemail, and now you have to go to those messages manually. You have to go one by one to listen to those. Now what ChangeGear can do is receive those voicemails from your phone system. It's going to transcribe those for you, put them in this special view that you can look at all of those voicemails. You can find out and see which ones are exactly tickets. But notice on the first column, you have that sentiment analysis. So look at this is a frowny face. Let me look at the message. and he's frustrated, right? Joe is it's down. He can open Outlook. He's frustrated. I can right click and submit that and start working. So this is a special view. These are not actual tickets yet. These are just voicemails coming in. This is kind of a triage type of view that I can triage my voicemail messages in a way that I can just multi-select the things that are not from tickets, and I can see those. Oh, this one is not. This is some kind of a telemarketing. I got another one here, and this one here. I can just delete all of those, right? So I don't need those. The same thing you do in your phone. You delete. You press pound and 7 and delete all those tickets. So now these are the ones that are tickets, and I can just go out and submit all of those tickets and start helping those users. But I get that sentiment analysis and the transcription of the message. If I want to listen to the message, I can just click on that little icon, bring up a little pop-up screen, and I can play that transcription message, that voicemail message. So even if the transcription may not catch all the words, you can always listen to that message. Great feedback from organizations using that smart voice. That's a lot easier managing those messages, visually, right? Instead of having to listen to the phone and open tickets manually. Now the smart view is another special view included with our Service Smart Technology. A smart view is going to take information that is going to help you organize or prioritize your workload. And the smart view is looking at all your active tickets, all your open tickets, and it's going to provide you 4 key pieces of information. First off, the sentiment. So you can see the sentiment of all your users, and notice that there's a numeric value assigned to the sentiment, so you can automate actions. Imagine running an automation that goes to your tickets. If it finds a sentiment below a certain number, run an escalation, send out emails, maybe send out reporting or alert somebody. So you can actually go through and sort by sentiment. So you can see the highest or the angriest customers or the happiest. So you can work off the happy tickets. Now every user interaction is given a value and a differential from that entry from the next one. So you can see if the differential is going up or down. Am I getting angrier or happier, right? So those are the tickets with the highest sentiment differential between one entry and the other one. So you can work off the sentiment differential as well. Again, that's also stored in the ticket, so you can run automations on those. Now the suggestion confidence, this is Willow telling me that there is knowledge-based articles or other tickets that can help me solve those issues. And remember the suggestion center, when it opens up to the side, it has a confidence level. Images, knowledge-based articles, and incidents have that confidence level. So now I can see that there's a very high confidence from the AI, from the Service Smart Technology, that there's either knowledge-based articles or tickets that can help me solve these tickets. Again, low-hanging fruit. This is where you can say, well, I'm going to work off the things that I can close quickly because there's going to be either an article or another ticket that can help me with that. And the estimated effort is just looking at similar items. How long did it take to close those? And then give you that estimated effort, right? Things that are quick, that have quick resolution, password resets and things like that. And that is the estimated effort. Those are quick, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 6 minutes. So it's again looking at similar items, building that model or using that model built by the machine learning and the AI features, to determine that estimated effort. Now all of this is great, and the last feature that we have available is for management. And we're going to navigate to the dashboard to see our predictive analytics. So ChangeGear, we have this great dashboard that we can, get these great metrics and analyze date ranges. I can even go back in time. I can see here on the bottom of the screen and kind of look back in time and give you some trends and differentials. And notice how my sentiment history, this is a cumulative sentiment history, so I can see the cumulative sentiment of all of the tickets by specific day. July 14, sentiment was down, so I can click on those and see those tickets, right? Now, our predictive analytics, what it's going to do is look at that history and apply some predictive models, and it's going to give you basically the insights or the way to look forward in time. So I'm going to bring up my smart dashboard and notice how I'm going to move the slider a bit here. I'm going to give it here. I'm looking at today. I'm going to move the slider instead of forward. I'm going to move it back forward in time instead of back. And notice how I have now a model built based on the history now I see today. And I can see looking forward in time, what's the prediction in this case of total incidents by type. So I can see there's going to be a big spike on this type of tickets, in the next few weeks. So again, looking at past history. Now, if you look at the information, this is across different type of tickets. So you're going to track everything. Now you're going to go down in the dashboard and you're going to see other things like assignments, creation, close, sentiment history, even SLA violations and close rate. So you can get predictive close rates and predictive numbers, out of your history. Thank you very much for your time. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out, a SunView software account representative. Thank you very much.